Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Eddie Plays. I'm your host Eddie. Today we're going to be reacting and discussing to episode 3 of the Legend of Vox Machina, called The Feast of Realms. Um, Brain fart is what I was going to say next. No. Um, Last time, the last episode, what we saw, they defeated the Blue Dragon, General Krieg. They got some loot. They were named honorary members of the Council of Tal'Dorei, and they got a keep. So a place to call home in Iman. And the Briarwoods were arriving for it's like a dinner with like a bunch of royals or diplomats or barons, whatever you want to call them, or whatever they're called in the show, to discuss the threat of General Krieg and whatever he was doing. Same. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did for all videos, which is I'm gonna hit, uh, start on this stopwatch over here that's in the corner, and once it hits 5 seconds, I'm gonna hit play, and then we'll be able to watch along. So turning off the intro music, background music, I mean, is what I keep meaning to call it. So let's go ahead and hit that start button. Get ready. Get ready. Let's go. This one's a bit shorter than the last one. Oh, what's this? A flashback? Percy. Oh shit. Oh shit. So his family was murdered, slaughtered. Oh. He had a plague mask, right? I saw his hair was brown. His hair was brown, and then it turned bright. Well, I saw. I'm assuming it was his sister, right? So his hair was brown and her hair was brown, and then they had some white in their hair. Wonder what happened to them. Hair color changed. Brown/black. I'm bad with colors. Brown, black. We're watching the intro to all this. I'm not skipping intros. Just so you know. Just so you know. I'm not skipping intros. Brown, black. To white. What else was there? What else was there? Oh yeah, was it being tortured? Tortured in jail? Question mark. Tortured in jail? Question mark. Let's go. Let's run down keep. No. Dignitaries. Ball tag. Oh, fancy. That's literally Matthew Mercer. I hope they do that throughout the series, where you just have Matt just showing up as a background character. Uh oh. Dignitaries, diplomats. Vex got some beef. That crazy man, camera shot. They look evil. Come on. Is it Changa? Jenga or Changa? I wonder if he looked young in the he looked young in the photos. I mean, in the flashback, so they probably won't recognize this. And his hair is a different color. Oh man, they're like sitting right next to him. Vex is out there doing roguey stuff. I bet all the masked guards are just Matthew Mercer, just his face. What? It's a belt that turns into a snake. That's a bloody steak. Names. Oh no. Oh shit. I love that shot of Percy in the wine glass. Anal beads is what. For those who do not catch that reference. Oh, it just turns back into a belt on his waist. Checking for traps. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. Those eyeballs? So the story is that the truth is that the Durelos abdicated and the children absconded with money. Homie had no reflection. Homie had no reflection. They recognize Percy. Quotes. Whispered one. He's a vamp. He's a vamp. Oh, he good. He just landed. Jenga. Oh, fuck. Damn. What is she? Oof. Get him. That's a badass. That's a cool sword. Uh-oh. Yo, this is really good. Pull out my motherfucking beads. Come on, Grog. Oh, that didn't heal. Oh no. Somebody give Pike some assistance. No, her Everlight pendant. No balls? Alright, yeah. Wall of Thorns. Oh, Desmond. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. God damn. Ooh, I like that. That's good. Ah, they just got their keep. Okay. Oh, it's the song. You know, I never thought I'd hear a song about anal beads. But if The Legend of Vox Machina is a show where I hear a song about anal beads for the first time, then it makes sense. All right, pausing it there. Well. It's weird. See the timer on Amazon is 23:25. Weir's 23:35, but I pressed it at 5 seconds, right? I'm very confused. Anyways, get that music back on. Get that background music. I got it. Let's go over the notes once again. We got the notepad, we got the pen from the top. Immediately we get a flashback, right? Percy's flashback. We get to see what happens to his family, what happens to his whole family, and we get some like glimpses of like, I guess, who glimpses of not who but Gigi of some other things that happened to him. So aside from his family getting slaughtered, and as he says later on that it was done by the Briarwoods, he was tortured, it seems, or he went through something, right? And as he was running away with his sister got caught with a bunch of arrows on her back. He like something dark got to him, right? Like we saw something dark get to him. Unless maybe like that has probably something to do with like the plague mask, right? So we have a dark shadow and a plague mask. I like that. Dignities, they're called dignities and diplomats. So dignities and diplomats, and it was a dinner to talk about a security pact. So the things that's going on. Baltec. That was fun to watch. And I love that it came, so it wasn't just like a kind of like a one throwaway gag, right? Like this is, you know, them just being idiots, and then but it actually came into play later on when when Silas and Grog were fighting, and Grog did the ball tag, but Silas did not react. So I assume either he was wearing a cup or Silas has no testicles. Matthew Mercer, his face, he looks to be like an elven or half elven guard. So I love that he showed up there. And I'm hoping that they'll do this thing like a reoccurring gag where he just shows up in like different characters' faces, right? Because as the DM, he as a dungeon master, he would just do all the NPCs, right? So I hope that like he appears again as a bunch of different side characters here in the show. I can't remember if their safe word was Jenga or Changa. I think in the live play, you know, when they play Dungeons and Dragons on Twitch, I think well they used Jenga, right? But I couldn't tell if they switched it, right, because of copyright issues and all that shit, to Changa. So I'm not entirely sure, and I'm not watching with subtitles, so I'm just lost in the sauce. Mainly because if I put the subtitles on, I know I'm going to be focusing a lot on what the subtitles are saying than on the surroundings. And focusing on all the surroundings, I've been noticing a lot of things. Belt to a snake. That's nice. A magical belt that turns into a snake. A snake skin belt that turns into a snake. Silas charmed Uriel. Sovereign Uriel, he charmed him, and it was all just to have them like step off, right? Like step off of them. But then they found so to step off of like Whitestone, to leave them alone and to send like guards or like army to protect Whitestone. But then you have him, we did a quick glimpse of a no reflection as Silas and Lady Briarwood are walking back to the room. So immediately I'm like, he's probably a vampire. And then we see him take out his fucking fangs, and I'm like, oh, he's a fucking vampire. One shot I really liked was when Lady Briarwood, she held up her glass, and I think he was like, I know you, or something of that matter. And you see Percy through. Everybody else is clear, but Percy, the only one, is submerged in red wine. So a bloodied past, right? So you have a bloody past. So that's I really love that they did that there. Uh, the official story with the Derolos is that they succumbed to a disease that ran in the family, but Lady Briarwood was like, the truth is that they abdicated the throne and their children absconded with all their money, and they went and they secured Whitestone, right? Uh, they totally recognized Percy. Like I think I was wondering, right? I was wondering like when they were in dinner, I'm like, is she gonna are they gonna recognize him? Or are they not gonna recognize him? But I'm pretty sure like as soon as she saw him, as soon as either of them saw him, either Lady Briarwood or um Silas, when they saw like grown Percy, I think immediately they were like, oh, there's Percival. Like the pup that got away or something like that. The little pup. That was really good. The Whispered One. Vax found information on a quote unquote Whispered One with the Briarwood's belongings. There's a skull. It was, I think it had like a blindfold on, and there's some eyeballs and some gems. So the Whispered One, I think, is probably going to be like a big baddie for sure. And last on the list of my notes is Desmond. Desmond is the name of the gaunt-looking kid whose fingers got blown away. Holy shit. Let's talk about what happened as well a little bit. So that's what I wrote down. The things that just kind of really stuck out to me. But also, I love that like we see that shadow creature, whatever shadow creature was in that flashback, is clearly inside of Percy, and that we got to see him pull out that plague mask and put it on, and like he put down that mask and like the shadow creature like took over or something. He like blasted the dude's fingers off. So that was neat. That was fun to watch. Uh, and now they're getting arrested. But another thing is like I don't know how much how like the charm that Silas did on the Sovereign Uriel, like was it just to be like, hey, just leave White still alone, in fact send us guards or send us protection, we need to be protected. I wonder if that was the only thing or if there was something else. But that fight, oh man, that fight in the courtyard of the keep, oh, it was so much fun to watch. Like the dragon fight was cool, right? And it was entertaining. And I think the dragon fight set up, like the first two episodes were definitely like set up for like what's happening now. Like I get it, like this episode did not feel rushed. It did not feel like they're trying to get to a certain point. Like they're like, hey, let's show like these things that are happening in this banquet, what happened tonight. The other ones felt like it was a lot of like, go here, go here, go here, go here, boom, done, right? But the end of the episode 2, not the end of episode 2, but in episode 2 when they kill the blue dragon, it just shows like that. I think that worked really well to show their potential, right? To show, hey, this is what they're capable of when they work together. And they're able to take down a fucking blue dragon, right? So now, and then we have this fight here, and it's like, oh, like we've shown you what's the possibility, what is to maybe come, but here's still some fighting where they're just fighting like two just normal powerful people, not normal power, but normal sized powerful individuals. And here what it is like when they actually fight, where they're not in a bar brawl, right? Where they're like fighting like somebody who's like it's like it's not like they're super overpowered, like it's a giant dragon and they have to come up with a plan to bring him down. But it's like you had Grog and Silas just going like toe to toe, and they're just like just going at it, right? And then you had just Delilah just taking care of everybody else. She's on crowd control and he's taking on like the big barbarian dude. But as soon as Pike hit like, I think she like did some kind of like blessing with the Everlight on Grog's axe. Like when he cut, they didn't show like any healing. It just showed like he cut and like he actually got hurt. Um, as opposed to like getting shot in the shoulder by Percy, and then it just healing up. I was gonna say sealing up, but sealing healing up. It's sort of right, right? um, but I really enjoyed it. I really loved the fight. Um, the sneaking. It was a good episode. It was. So my final thoughts on the episode is it was wonderful. I enjoyed it just as I've enjoyed the last two. This one I enjoyed more than the last two. It was really good seeing that sort of that climb to see what Percy, like what his anger, holds, um, and what he's willing to do, right, to get that. It looks like he's willing, to get that revenge. He's gonna kill it. He was willing to kill that kid Desmond. I mean, he blew off his fucking fingers off. So I love that we got to see that, and some more Scanlan singing, right? Some more Scanlan distracting and singing, and that's like very appropriate to this kind of theme, especially for a show that came from a Dungeons and Dragons tabletop RPG kind of world or life, where you have the bard who's going to do something distracting, and then the other players are going to go and fight. So that was very fun to watch. I really enjoyed that. Um, but yeah, that's all I got to say. I don't know if I missed anything or if I missed any Easter eggs. Uh, the biggest one, of course, was just Matthew Mercer, just there. um, but if you guys enjoyed the episode, episode 3, let me know what you thought about, the whole Briarwood showing up, and just let me know what you thought. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what you want to get off your chest and tell me. You can do that. You can do that in the comments below. When I talk a lot, my mouth gets dry. I need to get some water. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, because I'm curious to see what other people have to say, and if there are some things that maybe you agree on that I said, or well, there's not a lot of things to agree on or to disagree on. Aside from like the pacing of the episode, I think that's the only thing that's been conflicting since the beginning of the season. But yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this reaction and discussion, this R&D, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, then don't like and don't subscribe. Hey, you do what you gotta do, man. You do what you gotta do. Uh, share with your friends if they're interested, maybe. And if you want to support me on Patreon for this, or if you want to support me for the stories that I write on Royal Road, which are free to read, you can also do that on Patreon. You can find the link to both Patreon and Royal Road in the description box below. If you want to stay up to date to films and TV shows that I'll be doing, follow me on Twitter for that. And if you want to get just pictures, see pictures of food, pictures of things that I find funny, videos I think I find funny, music that I listen to, you can follow me on Instagram, and you can find the link to all 4 of those things in the description box below. But that's all. This is the end of the 3. I recorded 3 episodes in a row. So next 3 episodes, I'm gonna do the same thing, and that way they can all be fresh in my mind, and I'll be able to have some good discussions with you all. So until next time, folks, have a good one.